New for 2011 is the 80 worm. Hello, I'm Patrick Sebile from Sebile USA, and I want to show you right here at the ICAST 2010 some new product for 2011. And first of all, this very one, which is the 80 worm. 80 comes from all-terrain worm. That's a worm that you can rig in many different ways. You can use many different ways. Of course, usual ways, but also totally new and different ways, like the reverse rig. When you rig this bait like this, you can change the weight, the soft weight system, by the way. Last night, best new terminal tackle winner of ICAST 2010. When you rig the bait this way, then you're able to change the swimming action or the diving action. And also when a bass swallow the worm rigged this way, the great thing with this is you almost cannot miss it. Because when a worm is rigged the regular way, when you have to set the hook, first the bait have to turn into the mouth of the fish, because as you know, bass are swallowing the head first. And when in the process of the bait to return, that's where many times the hook the tail, and then that's where you're missing the bass. In this way, with the reverse rig, you almost cannot miss it, because they are gonna swallow the hook first. You just have to pull on the rod. That's extremely efficient. Let's have a quick look on it. As you can see, you can leave the bait on the same spot. Look at that. You give so much life by doing almost nothing. And you know, bass sometimes is extremely sensible to that. And also, this kind of motion with the head down really mimics a bait feeding on the bottom. And you know, the bass are pretty much lazy. If they can grab a bait when the bait don't see them coming, then the bass don't have to run after it. That's why it's so efficient. Look at that. Don't you believe you're fishing right now? I do. So this is one of the numerous ways to rig that bait. Now let me show you a different way. And let's remove that one first. When you want to use the 80 worm with Carina rig, what's very unique and specific with the 80 worm is this. Look the shape in front. You have a V-hull like the front of the boat. This is made to have the bait swimming and sliding. Now let's see what happens in the water. Thanks to it, your bait is gonna swim above the bottom, so you add more visibility to the bait compared to a regular worm. So the longer the bait suspends in the water, the more you have chance for a bass to see and target it. Very simple, very efficient. But that's not the only thing. How many times have you been fishing on a bed and the bass swallow the tail of your bait and remove the bait from the bed, and you miss the bass? Very difficult to hook the bass, right? Very easy. Now, thanks to the hollow tail and the hollow body that the 80 worm has, now you can rig your worm. You can pass through it with the leader, and you can have two hooks, one in the belly, one in the tail. As you can see, also we have slots underneath the belly, so you can really choose the position of the hook in the bait. Now, thanks to that, and I choose, in this case, I've chosen a floating one. Now let's see the action you have when you have a very finicky bass, and especially if you're fishing on a bed. Look at this. Now, if a bass attacks the tail or any place, any part of that bait, there's no way you're gonna miss it. The floating 80 worm with those two hooks is almost suspending. He barely floats. So it's extremely natural. Perfect for finicky fish. You can simply leave it on the bottom. Sooner or later the bass is gonna swallow it. Look at that, look at that. Yeah. I wish I can catch a bass here at the iCast. Well, for some reason there's not too much chances here in the tank.